Alright guys, we are at the airport. We're about to actually head down to Denver. I'm going out there for a week to do a little work thing. But while I'm going out there, I'm gonna go to the west side of Denver and go hit up some of those poker rooms. You know, they have like a spread limit, a 1-100 spread limit. You might go down there. Ameristar and Golden Gates or Golden something casino. I'm gonna go check it out. But yeah, let's fly first. So flight time's about 2 hours. When we get there, I'm gonna grab a rent-a-car, drive out west. We're gonna play a session of poker for the very first all-in Denver episode on my YouTube channel. All right, guys. Just got my car rental. I just landed, got my luggage. I'm in a Jeep Wrangler. We're gonna drive down to, supposedly they recommended this car because I'm gonna be in elevation. So that's one thing to think about if you're driving, renting a car. Sometimes the 4 cylinders can't trek it up the mountains, but I'll find that out for myself. So it says we're about an hour away, so we're gonna go down to the Ameristar because it looks like they have almost 10 games going. I was gonna go to the Golden Gates because that's where Heartland Poker Tour is, but I think I'm gonna go to the Ameristar this time. We'll see when we get there. We'll take a look and feel it out. I made it, and here's some of the casinos just right in the middle of the mountains. So I gotta turn right here soon. Oh, here's the Ameristar right here. Let's go check it out. Oh, and a Starbucks. I need some coffee. Some coffee sounds good. Welcome. This is all in Denver, not in Vegas. We are at the Ameristar. I just parked in the parking garage. Luckily, I don't gotta pay for parking, so that's a #1 thing. We are in Black Hawk. Well, I guess it's all in Denver, but Black Hawk, this is what the city's called. Looks like there's just like a little, right deep in the mountains, there's like a couple of casinos just located here. It's interesting. You know, you're not used to that, especially since I've never played poker outside of Vegas. This is gonna be the first time. As always, I will list the comps right here. This is my first all-in video since the Mandalay Bay. I was prepping up for this one. I'm actually out here for work for a week, but yeah, there's the comps. I don't know what player card, if they have a player card or I have to get one or something. I'm gonna go inside, I'm gonna check it out. I don't know how the filming situation is in different casinos, but I'm going to film a little bit until someone says something, and we're gonna play. Let me see what cash games they have running. So at the Ameristar Black Hawk, they do have the Bravo app, so you'll be able to check the games before making the drive out here. It took me about an hour from the airport, so if you're from the middle of the city, I'm assuming about 40 minutes. It says they have a 1-3 Hold'em. There's 15 people on the list. There's 4 tables going. They have a 2-5, a 30-60, and I think the laws here in Denver is that they have to run a spread. I think the max for 1-3 might be I think the max here is a $100 bet, it looks like. Because on Poker Atlas it shows as a 1-100 spread, 2-100 spread. We'll figure it out when we get there. The $100 max spread doesn't change the game too much unless we're playing for very, very huge pots. But let's see how the players are out here, and hopefully we can run up a bankroll from our last losing session. Let's see if we can win some of that money back, and let's play some poker. Alright guys, so I was right. It's going to be a 1-3 spread limit, 1-3-100. So $100 is the max bet. I'm going to be buying in for $300. My name is on the list. They have text message notifications. I was able to speak to one of the dealers, and she was saying that it's a $100 max bet in the state of Colorado. So that means that there's no cap on how much to buy in. So I'm just gonna buy in for 100 big blinds. Their player's card is called Choice, My Choice, and you're required to get one of these before you end up playing in the poker room. Took a little walk around the casino, and it looks pretty cool. It's interesting going from the outside mountains straight into a casino.
cool little bar lounge area in the center. But I'm gonna jump straight into the poker room and straight into the game as soon as my seat's available. Let's see if we can get into some hands.
That's a wrap for that session. The game was pretty good. Even though there was a $100 cap, the game was playing like a true 1-3 game. The only times that it got a little interesting was probably like by the river when the pot's a little bit bloated. Unfortunately, didn't have a crazy run of cards. I mean, I had some cards, but not a lot of playability. It was very basic decisions today. It was basically get a hand like ace jack, ace queen, ace king, raise pre-flop, and then break out on the flop, try to c-bet on some board textures and get raised. There's a couple hands I want to talk about. That was a little fun to play. Let me get into the car real quick. Yeah, the game was great. There was a mix of players, some good, some not so optimal. The stack sizes and depths are a little weird because it's a spread limit game, so it doesn't matter how much you buy in for. There's people buying in for 100, 200, 300, 400, and even 500. The game itself runs true to a 1-3 table. I'm surprised that even though my YouTube channel isn't, you know, has that many subscribers as other ones, but I met you, Bobby. Shout out to you, man. Thanks so much for saying what's up and chatting with me with my first experience outside of a poker room. Glad I was able to donate a little bit more money to your chip stack at the end of the session. But yeah, probably gonna go check out his steakhouse. He works at a steakhouse in downtown Denver, and when my girlfriend gets here on Thursday, I think we're gonna check it out. But back to the poker, not a lot of hands to talk about, but I do have a couple that I want to go over with you. We'll do that when we're back in the hotel room. Other than that, now this bankroll is not going to be a part of the all-in Vegas bankroll because that's just a personal challenge that I have. But nonetheless, the session stats were I lost a buy-in. Bought in for 300 bucks, out for 0. Towards the end of the session, I was getting a little card dead. There was one point in time where I decided to straddle with a shallow stack depth. And I woke up with aces, and I had a limp ahead of me. I tried to raise it up and make it look a little fishy, but no bite. And other than that, there was just a lot of times, it was a really easy decisions for me to make today. You know, getting Broadway cards and flopping nothing, but taking a stab at some ace-high flops. You know, try to represent an ace and just getting raised. There's a time when I woke up with pocket kings and I raised under the gun, and there was a player in middle position who ended up calling. The flop came ace-ace rag, and I went ahead, did a c-bet for $22, I believe, and he raised me to 70 and easy let go. That player was playing completely straightforward. So I was able to talk to the players here in regards to the other casinos. Golden Gates Casino is strictly a tournament hall, so there's a lot of tournaments that go on there. Ameristar is the cash capital right now for Denver. All Denver poker rooms has a cap 100 limit. That's just a state rule. The Isle is another casino, but you can barely get a game running there, or it's not as popular. So if you are here to play cash in the Denver area, I would come down to the Ameristar. The dealers were awesome, very talkative, very social, kept the game going. I didn't get any issues with that. The floor man and the staff were really helpful in getting me signed up with a player's card, put on the list, and they even texted me when my table was ready. I'm here for work, and I'm here to vacation with my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend have been working nonstop the past couple of months. She just got into real estate, and she's starting to do open houses and preparing to sell homes. I'm doing stuff with my home. I'm probably going to be renting out some of the rooms and possibly buying another investment property. I don't know. I'm going through a whole bunch of stuff in my life right now that hopefully when everything is said and done, I'm going to be able to sit down, play poker at least once a month, and do this shit for you guys. I wish I could show you more of the casino, but they weren't letting you, they would card you as soon as you get in. They searched my bag and they're really watching you, so I couldn't film inside. I was already talked to once for having my camera out, and but I did get away with some table footage that I'm able to show you guys there. And yeah, I'm gonna be exploring downtown Denver later on in the week, and I'm gonna be hanging out in my room working every single day until Thursday. So yeah, Ameristar was great. Highly recommend. Come down here to play cash. About 1 hour away from the middle of Denver. Come out here, play some cash. 1, 3, 2, 5, and they even spread a big O. And they spread huge limit games actually. 30, 60, and I heard 75, 150. It's interesting because if their no limit game is a 100 cap, how do they get away with 75, 150? I don't know the law or the rules or whatever, but yeah. Room was great, not so smoky. Indoor is a non-smoking place. Unlike Vegas where there's smoke everywhere, you can't smoke indoors here. There's designated areas in the casino for you to smoke. And the poker room's located on the 2nd floor, and it sort of makes a half circle. Half of the circle is the higher stakes games, and the other half is the 1-3 games. A couple days into the week, into my work training, and I realized I wanted to do some of the poker hands tonight. So here I am, and I unfortunately forgot my tripod, so I have to hold the camera up. That's what's annoying. But nonetheless, let's dive straight into it. The very first couple of orbits, I went and tried to get comfortable playing at this particular casino. I didn't really want to do table footage, but once I got comfortable, I loaded up my phone and recorded some of this for you guys. So in this particular hand, I am in the cutoff. I have about $300 effective still, so starting stack. The under the gun player limps, and it folds around to me, and I have ace queen offsuit. I raise it up to $15. The small blind calls, and the under the gun limper calls as well. So we are 3 ways to a flop. The flop comes 8, 8, 9, and it checks it over to me. It's a pretty dry flop, and I decide to bet this with 2 overs. So I c-bet $25. The small blind folds and the under the gun player calls. The turn brings an offsuit queen, and the under the gun player just decides to shove all in for $70. I snap it off, doesn't take me too long, and he pretty confidently flips over jack queen towards my area, and the river ends up being a blank, and we hold. I flip over my ace queen, and we take down that nice sized pot. One of the things that I started to realize when I was playing is that in relation to the pot size and the c-bet size, we were pretty much multi-way most of the time pre-flop. So someone would open to $10 or $15, and there would be multiple callers. And then on the flop, some players were making sizing errors. I don't know what that attributes to for this game particularly. I don't know if it's the same one, but I really enjoyed myself because of that, because people were making sizing errors. But nonetheless, that hand happened, and we put ourselves up to over the $400 mark. Probably 1 or 2 orbits later, this hand happened. This one hurt a little bit too, but we are $400 effective, and we are in early position with ace king offsuit. I decide to open it to $10. The player on my direct left, which is Bobby, he decides to call, and there are 2 other callers. There are 4 players to the flop, and the flop comes ace 3 4 with 2 spades. I go ahead and c-bet $25, and Bobby doesn't take too much of a long time before he announces a raise to $50. Folds over to me, and at this point I can't really fold for a min raise. And on top of that, because it's spread limit, I actually don't know if I want to be calling this, knowing that later on in future streets that $100 is the max that I want to bet. I'm not experienced in spread limit. I don't know if that makes a difference, but especially with me having $350 behind and Bobby covers me, that might have to have some influence in later streets. So it was a no-brainer for a call there, because I would call in no limit, but I don't know if I should be calling on such a wet board. So I don't know. But then again, watching Bobby play earlier, I know that he likes to tango, and he was running pretty good that night. So I was hoping that I could catch him raising me on a draw or maybe a weaker ace. Nonetheless, I make the call, and we are heads up to a turn. The turn brings an offsuit 2. So not the best cart that I was hoping for. I go ahead and make the check, hoping that he'll check behind, and indeed he does. So the river brings the 10 of hearts. So because he checked the turn, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe he could have busted spades. Maybe I can get value from hands like ace queen, ace jack, different aces. So I go ahead and I bet out $45, and I'm betting $45 trying to get value from ace queen, ace jack. Unfortunately, he lets out this huge sigh and he said, damn, the river be helping people. As soon as he said that, I realized that I'm up against two pair. Maybe I'm up against like ace four, ace three, possibly 3-4. And after a little bit of thinking, he makes a call, and indeed, I flip over my ace king, and he shows me his 3-4 offsuit. So yeah, he definitely spiked the two pair on the flop. Very unfortunate, but at least it went to a good dude. It went to Bobby, who also watches the YouTubes.
River be helping people. What is that, 40? 45? 45. You know, I mean, it was just call. Open ace. On two pair.
Aww, tried almost. That was pretty much it, and I busted out actually to Bobby, man. He flopped trips on me when I had king queen offsuit. Flop came queen jack jack, and he had a jack, so we went all the way down. I only had $100, and with the sizings of that particular game, $10 pre, $15 pre-flop, my effective stack size wasn't significant enough for me to fold. So yeah, that's pretty much it. My experience poker outside of Las Vegas, my very first one, though it is a losing session, I had a lot of fun, and I'm planning on traveling a lot more. I'm really gonna try to make a point to try and get out to a poker room and experience how poker is different in other states. I did go to Boulder, Colorado yesterday. That was a great experience. I don't have any footage. I went straight after work. I came back to my hotel room, got a few things gathered, and then I left, went up that way and drank at some of the bars over there. Definitely interesting, like an arts kind of district and lots of bars and food areas on one street, which is called Pearl Street. Bobby, it was nice to meet you. I'm gonna check out your restaurant on Friday. Hopefully I'll be able to put that on a vlog. I got 2 more days of class training, then my girlfriend flies in. We're gonna go hang out at Denver. So check out some clips of me hanging out at Denver. We just got into our room in downtown. Are you camera?
No, I'm in my bra.
In her bra. We are downtown Denver. These things are literally everywhere in Denver, and we're about to use it to travel around. Didn't bring my vlog camera, but we're about to go to dinner.
Yum.
And one of the people who watch my vlogs should be working tonight, so this will be fun. You excited? Steak?
Yay, steak.
One of the people who watch my poker vlog, when I came out here to Denver, I went and played a session out in the West, and of course somebody yells across the room saying that they watch my poker vlogs. Bobby, thank you so much. This is the place that he works at, the Denver Chophouse. It's an amazing, that was a great steak. My girlfriend had the filet mignon, I had the sirloin. We had some great dessert afterwards. It's a great atmosphere. And so far, of all the restaurants that we've been walking around Denver, checking out and stuff like that, this is great for date night. So check Denver Chophouse out. And me and my girlfriend are gonna do some drinks down the block, a couple blocks from here. But that ends this poker vlog. As always, guys, if you like what you see, hit the sub button below. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Comment, hit me up. If you guys are in other states and I'm gonna be visiting, hit me up, let me know. We'll play a poker session together, and yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. We are at the Denver airport, about to leave. But don't do what I did. So I threw a whole bunch of shit in my luggage, and I noticed that when I flew from Vegas to here, I don't know what your guys' opinion on it is, but I'm an avid CCW holder, and I accidentally put my carry weapon that was in one of my work bags into my checked-in luggage, didn't declare it, and it got here. So we ended up having to get here to the airport a couple hours earlier so I could declare it. Had to buy a case, had to do all of this, but I couldn't believe that I made it from Vegas to here with it in my checked luggage, and I didn't even know. So don't do what I did. Make sure you check all your fucking bags before you